Emergency, emergency. This is not the drill. This is an emergence coming from the airline. A lot of people, they have been receiving. I have an important call. Hold on a second. Are reporting to me that their flights have been canceled. And this is not the case, okay? Initially, when this happened to me, when I was leaving the United States, I believed that the flight was canceled so many times because maybe the flights were undersold. Okay, being an experienced travel agent, I thought that's what was happening. However, when I contacted the airline and I looked on Flight Tracker first, called the airlines and said, listen, I see that this flight is still leaving on Flight Tracker, but you're showing me that the flight is canceled. You're sending me an email saying that my flight is canceled, and I would like to know what's going on. The airline then confirmed to me that my flight was still going. Okay, this is up until the day when I was leaving, and I packed my things. I put my baby in the car, and we left. That's why my videos don't start anywhere in America. They start in Qatar, okay, because I knew that there was something amiss. Many people have reported to me after that their flights have been canceled. This week alone, this lady told me that her flight was canceled until Wednesday. I said, did you confirm that from the airline? She said, no. I said, can you please, check it out, go and see. And I asked her to go to the airport, okay? And the lady could have said, nah, I'm not gonna do that. She went to the airport and got on her flight and took a picture and sent me all the white people that are packed up in the airport getting on the same flight that they told her was canceled, okay? On the same day, a few minutes before, one of my friends out of Texas who actually came here to visit Monica said that there is a Facebook group with all the flights that are being canceled, okay? And she was repeating something I had said before, that it could be that these flights were oversold. It is not that they were oversold, okay? It is that undersold, that they didn't have enough seats to get on the plane. It is not that the seats, there weren't enough seats to get on the plane. It's that, it's not that the flights were undersold, it's that the flights were oversold, okay? And to me, it seems like they're telling the black folk with children to stay home, right? While the white people can get on these flights. Okay? And something else, to get on the floor to get better internet. So, confirm to me that the flight was canceled. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to share my screen. This is getting outrageous. This is getting outrageous. Layout. Yeah, I want to share my screen. Oh, this isn't Zoom. Yeah, so I'm not able to share my screen, but I wanted to share my screen. Let me put something in here. Okay. All right. So let me just put something in the screen, right? No, that's not what I want. I want to be able to put these, I want to be able to put the screenshots in my screen. I'm not, I don't see how I'm able to do that here. I could do that on Zoom, but I don't see it on this platform that I'm using. Okay, so this is what I want you to understand. If you are coming here, the likelihood that you receive an email, I think especially if you're Black and especially if you're traveling with children, they need children to restart their empire, okay? That they possibly can. And I know that sounds weird and crazy and whatnot, but this is the weird and crazy channel. So if you want people who have sane logic to tell you and sugarcoat everything to you, go on ahead. I had a dream that was extremely revelatory to me. And it was talking about you who are coming. Those of you who are coming, the flights that are being canceled is not true. It is not true. The young lady coming from New York, right? She didn't share her flight number information with me, but I was able to look at some information from where she was coming from. She was coming out of JFK. She was on Qatar Airways flight 704, and I put that through flight tracker, right? FlightTracker. And when I told her to go to the airport, she said her flight leaves in an hour, right? And she lives about 3 hours away from the airport. So she missed that flight. So what I did was I went to Flight Tracker and I put the flight information in, and her flight left on time without her. That is one example. The other example was a lady that she was leaving on Monday, Monday, and they told her that her flight was canceled. I told her to go to the airport, and she got on the flight and she took a picture. So they're canceling these flights with Black people on it and women and children on it. And the reason why they're doing that is because I believe that these flights are oversold. There are more people traveling than they expect, not undersold. And so they're prioritizing who they're going to take. And I think they're cherry picking and taking you Black folk off of these flights. So if you got some kind of cancellation that your flight is canceled, if you're in any Facebook group that your flight is canceled, the likelihood of your flight actually being canceled is false, based on the experience that I had that happened to me and other people. Okay, so even the same lady that told me that her flight was canceled on Monday, and I told her to go to the airport, she said that she booked a flight 7 months ago, and they told her that the flight was canceled. And what she did was she went and looked it up and realized that the flight left without her. Okay, so those of you who are coming, right? And this is not a drill. This is not a game. Those of you who are coming and your flight, you are getting some kind of flight cancellations. Go to the airport anyway. Go to the airport anyway. The worst that could happen, and wait for the next flight to get to Dar es Salaam. But do not sit in America and wait for and believe them. The worst that could going to the airport early or whatever, but don't pay that, don't take it anywhere. No, they are playing games. They're playing games and they're tricking you all to keep you in America. All right, let me see if I have any comments or anybody. Yes. Oh, nobody is commenting, but look into what I'm saying. It happened to me. It happened to other people. I told the woman to go to the airport and get on the plane. She is on her way. She's in not Dar, but she's in Tanzania right now. Okay, she is in the air off of them telling her to stay home and me telling her to go. The other young lady, a young mother, traveling with her family. They told her to stay home. She didn't tell me in time. When I told her to go to the airport, she said she lived too far away to go. When I put it through Flight Tracker, her flight left on time. My very, very first career move when I came to America, I became a travel agent. I worked in corporate travel. I worked for some of the major brands in North America in corporate travel, and I am telling you that what you see is not what you get. What they're doing right now is they're trying to hold on to you, maybe your children, maybe whatever it is that you're leaving America with. They want you to stay there. Too many of you are leaving, and it's not just black folk. It's also white folk. Okay, white folk are coming. I don't know where they're going, but they're getting the hell up on out of Babylon, and they are. It seems like the airlines are prioritizing. Well, who are we going to take? Should we take the good white people or should we take the black people? They are prioritizing who they're going to take. And it seems like they're holding back the ones with the children and the ones that you don't know. So this is my advice to you. If you get some information that says your flight is canceled, you call the airline. First of all, put your flight on the date that you're traveling, that you bought your ticket for. Put that through Flight Tracker first, okay? And see if that flight is really scheduled to go. Flight Tracker is live information that you're going to get directly from the TSA. Is it TSA? Yeah. Okay, put that information directly into Flight Tracker, your flight number, the date, and the time, and see if that flight is really going. If the flight is saying confirmed still, call the airline. If you can't get through to the airline, get yourself on out to the airport, because these are playing games and you get there early. They say you need to be 3 hours ahead for an international flight. You go there 4 hours ahead. You get your ass on that flight, because they're playing some kind of games. They're playing games. They're prioritizing who they're going to take and who they're going to leave behind. And whenever all of this, that's going to happen, whenever that happens, right, a lot of you are going to get shut in. I got a dream after I told the lady to get on her flight. I got a dream, and the dream was, get you to the airport. Okay, listen to me carefully. This election that's coming, you have to understand something. If Donald Trump wins, there is going to be a war. If Donald Trump loses, there is going to be a war. If somebody assassinates Donald Trump, there will be a war. If Donald Trump gets sick and die, there will be a war. You are not going to win this any way, shape, or form trying to lollygag and take your own sweet time and come. You need to respond to the urgency that is speaking to you in your ancestral plane that is telling you that you need to go. You need to respond to that. You need to listen to that. You need to act on it. You need to move. Okay? Those of you who have your flights and your tickets are telling you, they're emailing you and telling you that your flight is canceled. Your flight is not canceled. Okay, I am telling you, your flight is not canceled. I am putting a lid on this right now. Your flight is not canceled. Put it through Flight Tracker. Go call the airline. If you can't get through, go to the airport. Worst that can happen is you pay the taxi fare to go back. If the young lady told me earlier that her flight was canceled, they're now putting her, she should have left today. They're now putting her on a flight to leave on Saturday. When I put it through Flight Tracker, her flight left. Her flight left without her. Okay? So what the hell are they doing? What are they doing? They're prioritizing who they're going to take. They're leaving you behind. They're leaving black folk behind, and they're leaving, and you better, if you're traveling with some children, you better get those children out of there, because when that empire collapses, they're not going to have anybody to rebuild their country. They're not going to have anybody to brainwash and turn into fools if you take your children out. So they have all different kinds of reasons and necessities to keep your children there, okay? So you need to find some kind of way to get your children the hell hell up on out of there, get it away from their culture, their mentality, their thought process, their thinking, their everything. You need to get your children away. Okay? Bring your children to Africa. Bring them here to build them up in new morals, in new in new behaviors, in new thoughts, and not just any Africa too, because some of these African countries are very, very Western influenced. Some of these African countries have it's like you move to Brooklyn. Okay, so be careful of where you're taking your children. As far as I see, Dar es Salaam, Tanzania is the best place that you can think of taking a child right now. The women are modest, the culture is still intact. Get your children out of there. Do not for any minute, I must say it again, if your flight is canceled, you need to verify that on Flight Tracker. That's one. And two, if you cannot reach the airline before you leave home, this is on the day that you should be leaving, you need to get on the flight. You need to go to the airport and go early and be first. Okay, get on the flight first. Hi, Sophia. Good morning, my dear. Yeah, so some people have been repeating what I said before, where I thought that the flights were being canceled because the flights were not sold enough. Maybe they didn't have enough seats on those flights. It is not true. It is that the flights were oversold, and they're trying some kind of trick and game and scam and scheme to get as many people to stay home as possible. Therefore, they're prioritizing who they're going to take. And in the airline industry, it's a first come, first served basis. So they can send out the emails to all the black folk, right? And all the white folks show up, right? But if you show up early, you're the first come, first serve. So you show up at the airport, they want you to be out there, 3 hours, be out there 4 hours, okay? Get you a camp or something, pack your little baggie, a brown baggie of food, then you sit and you wait on that flight. As long as Flight Tracker told you that that flight is going, you be on it. Don't let nobody cancel your flight and move you around and shuffle you around like a deck of cards. You're a human being. You have feelings. You have emotions. You don't need any of this to add to the anxiety. So you all need to get on those flights. Hi, Suela. Mustafa, good morning. This isn't going to be a very long chat. I put it to 20 minutes, right? So I just wanted to do this video really quickly because I was told in a dream that if I did not put a lid on things, that more of you would be left behind. Okay, more of you would be caught in that situation. You don't want that situation. They're playing shifty games with their electronic devices. They're playing hide and go seek. They're playing appear and reappear. They're playing disappear and reappear. They're coming after you, and then they're not. Listen, they're after you. Okay, if your flight is canceled, they're after you. They're trying to get you to stay there as long as possible. Okay, they're coming up with some kind of new game, new scam, new scheme. Your flight is leaving. Go to Flight Tracker, put your flight information in. See what Flight Tracker says. Do not listen to them. Don't listen to that email that came and says your flight is canceled. Your flight is not canceled. Your flight is not canceled. Go based on my experience and the two ladies that I'm like, whoa. How is it that I'm all the way in Tanzania and I tell a woman to go to the airport anyway, and she got on the flight? Okay, I don't have no damn crystal ball, but my gut and my instincts told me that that was false information, and she was obedient enough to listen, and she left. Okay, she left. So don't discount anything that is telling you that you need to leave. Do not, and if something doesn't seem right, it's not right. Follow your instincts. Tap into that vibration that is telling you to do something else. If you are seeing this video, go and check your flight. Send this video to your friends who have flights that are coming. Send this to people who should be coming, and people who are telling you that their flight is canceled. Honey, there's a whole new ball game. This is not business as usual. Okay, this is a real exodus. So all y'all black folk are coming, and it's the black folks that are getting the email. Those who are traveling with children, that's telling you that your flight is canceled. Meanwhile, this lady could send me a picture that shows me that all of these white folk are at the airport. Well, where are the black folk at? Where are the black folk? The black folk are at home because they were told their flight was canceled, right? And something similar to me with me as well. When I was traveling, I looked around. I didn't see any other black folk. We were the only black folk on that flight. Where were the other black folk at? Okay, so you better be careful of how you're receiving that information, what they're telling you. I know they're supposed to get you there, but if you bought a ticket, you created a contract. When you bought the ticket, you and paid the money, you created a contract with the airline. If you show up at the airline and that plane is leaving, you're entitled to get on it. You are entitled to get on that flight. Do you understand? Okay? Yes, same way so. Yep, yes. See, Mashufa says, yeah, they're canceling the flights left and right. They're not canceling the flights. They're telling you the flights are canceled. That's not true. That's not true. Put it through Flight Tracker, right? They're trying to keep y'all black folk there. They're prioritizing the white folk. Yep. Okay. All right, journey with us. Yes. Okay, yes, I think I made I commented on your one of your videos. Yes, thank you for that information. Okay, and if you want to email me, use exodusafrica1@gmail.com. That's XODUS Africa the numeral 1@gmail.com. Bear in mind, I am back in my Zoom classes from 4 p.m. till midnight Dar es Salaam time. So my time is, and Jojo comes home at 3. So my time is like all tied up. And I spend the days trying to rest from what they did to me in the Zoom classes. But, you know, this is something that it's coming from the mouth, it's coming from the Odus, it's coming from the ancestors, it's coming from Ifa, it's coming from the ancestors. And I confirmed it in a dream. After I told the lady, you need to get on that flight and go to the airport, I went to bed. And I woke up at 3 a.m. and I checked my phone, and she got on the flight. And I said, there is something, what is it that I should be seeing that I didn't see? And I went and to my altar, and I said, show me what I'm supposed to see. And I went back to sleep. In the dream, I dreamed that I have a fish bowl. I have a nice big fish bowl on my table. I have a fish bowl, and some kind of sea snake, looked like a moray eel or something, slithered in there, appeared in there, right? And he attempted to eat the fish that were in my bowl. I had about 4 fish in the bowl, okay? The 4 fish in the bowl, to me, you know, I was saying that he was trying to eat my precious things, right? And then I went to my fish tank, which I don't have a fish tank. I went to a fish tank, and I was feeding my precious fish. I kept using the word precious, right? And I said, he almost ate my precious fish, right? And I stepped away, and when I looked again, the eel had appeared in my fish tank eating my precious fish, okay? And by the time I got him out of there, right, he was about to shock me because he's an electric eel, right? And when he was out of there, when he got out of there, he had eaten a lot of my precious things. So I kept using the word precious. So when I woke up, I realized that the precious things were this family who was coming of 4 people that he did not get to eat. He didn't get to eat, but he was going to use his electricity, right? Because he appeared and reappeared. He disappeared and reappeared, okay? To try to get at the rest of y'all who are left back in where? The fish tank, right? So to me, I started to realize that, okay, I know this sounds crazy, but just go along with it. Y'all read the Bible, and the Bible is crazy, so go along with crazy old Renee anyway. So when I put it in my mind that this was this dream telling me that the reappearing, disappearing, the reappearing, trying to consume my precious ones, trying to eat my precious ones. That's what that eel was. He was using his electricity, his electric devices to try to shock me or scare you or intimidate you. And the way how I felt, because I got him out of the tank, threw him on the ground, but I was afraid of him because I was afraid he would shock me. And what that told me was that, and I kept saying it over and over, that if I didn't put a lid on it, all I had to do was put a lid on it, and he would, and I could have stopped him from getting in the tank, right? He was a powerful creature, but all I had to do was put a lid on the tank, and he would not get to my precious things, okay? And at this point in time, you are my precious things, right? And I'm putting a lid on the tank. I am stopping that eel or water snake from getting to you. Do not listen to his electronic lies, his shifting, his reappearing and disappearing, pretending to be good, but he is not. Don't listen to him, okay? It's a lie. Your flights are not being canceled. It's a lie. It is a lie. I am going to put it to words. It is a lie. You did it to me, Qatar, and you did it to other people, and you're doing it again, and somebody's going to catch you, and I did. Okay? And I don't give a damn where you go or what you do or how you feel about it. You are prioritizing white people over black people. Okay, even a family that left from Boston said that their flight was filled with white people. Okay, where are all the other black folk at? Where are them at? Them's at home. Them's at home because of your goddamn electronic lies. So verify your flights through Flight Tracker. Go to Flight Tracker, see if your flight is still going. If Flight Tracker says your flight is still going, call the airline, say, hey, look, I see this on Flight Tracker, but I got this email saying my flight was canceled. Let them, now they know that you know how to track a damn flight. It's that simple. Now they know that you know how to track your flight and see if your flight is still going. Okay? And if Flight Tracker says your flight is still going, go to the airport. Go early to the airport. First come, first serve. Let them leave the white people at home. Prioritize yourself. Prioritize your children. You listen to that email telling you, oh, your flight's canceled till next Tuesday, next Wednesday. You might not get on this flight. You have but a few more weeks till this election comes out. And when this election comes out, hell or high water, that country is over. Okay? They don't want Donald Trump. They want Donald Trump. They don't want this to happen. Something's going to happen. Whatever it is that's going to happen, you don't need to be a part of it. You don't need to be in it. You don't need to be around it. You don't need to be there. You need to be walking on the beach or somewhere in Dar es Salaam. Your feet need to be on African soil or wherever it is that you are going on the African continent or to Canada or Mexico or wherever. That is where you need to be, just not there. You cannot be there. It is not a good place for you to be right now. Okay, this election is real. Whether he wins, there's going to be problems. If he loses, it's going to be problems. If somebody thinks they want to mess with him, there are going to be problems. Okay, whatever it is, you are not going to win. There is no winning in this election for you black folk. Nothing is there for you. Okay, so get your ass on these flights. Get your ass on these flights. Do not let them tell you anything. Peace and power, Donnie. Thank you so much. Hey, Formula, daughter of Zion. Yes. Okay. So my conscience would not be clear unless I had opened my mouth. I had released the seal to tell you that these flights may not be canceled. Use Flight Tracker. Track your flights. Okay? Get your ass up on out of there. No lollygagging, no half stepping. Don't turn around and look for what you lost and what you're leaving behind and what you're giving away and what you're selling. Lot's wife turned to a pillar of salt. Get the hell up on out of there. Okay? That's all you need to do is get your blackness on out of there. Okay? Get in the air, get on the ground. There are enough of us now trying to build a little community that we can see how we can help other people. There are enough people now who have houses, who have space in their home. Maybe if you need that for transition till the Exodus house is finished or something. But there is enough space. Y'all just need to come. You all need to come, put yourself in the mercy of the ancestors and get on these planes. If you bought your ticket and you got your Airbnb and you got everything all figured out, do not let at the last minute this airline play games with you. They are playing games. Yes. Okay, so I have an important call coming in right now. I should be downtown at a very strong at a meeting, right? Well, yes, Hebrew black girl. The predictions are real, right? They're gonna try me. I went to my ancestors before I made the video, but they cannot they will have to deal with those energies. Okay, and then let me look into this camera and tell you. They're energies that you are interfering with that you do not understand. If you try these energies, you will understand and you will not like your understanding. Step away from these energies, okay? This is not one woman, this is not one person. They're energies that you are interfering with that will destroy you. Do not interfere with these energies. Okay. All right. So I gotta go, y'all. Peace and love. Blessings. Flight tracker. Take care of yourselves. Get on these flights. Okay. All right. Bye-bye.